No one truly knows why the world's most famous cookie is called Oreo. Since its debut in 1912, Nabisco has never given an official explanation. One popular idea is that the name comes from the French word or, meaning gold, a nod to the cookie's original golden packaging and the sense of quality the brand wanted to convey. Another theory suggests a linguistic mashup. The re from cream combined with the two O's from chocolate to create the symmetrical, easy-to-pronounce Oreo. Some even believe the name was chosen simply because it was short, catchy, and looked visually balanced, an appealing word for a round, geometric cookie. Whatever its origin, the name Oreo has stood the test of time. It's friendly, fun to say, and instantly recognizable in any language, which is branding masterpiece that transcends borders. Here's a secret that most Oreo fans have never heard of. The original chocolate sandwich cookie wasn't Oreo. That honor goes to Hydrox, created in 1908 by the Luce Wiles Biscuit Company of Kansas City. The Luce brothers, Jacob and Joseph, designed a novel biscuit, 2 cocoa wafers sandwiching vanilla cream, a simple yet revolutionary idea at the time. In naming it Hydrox, a play on hydrogen and oxygen, they tried to signal purity in an era when food safety concerns were mounting. Within a few years, in 1898, several biscuit producers melded to form the National Biscuit Company, later known as Nabisco. Seeing the success of Hydrox, they took a bolder approach: replicate the concept. In 1912, Nabisco launched Oreo, almost identically structured but with its own name and branding. For the first decade, Oreo played second fiddle to Hydrox, but by the early 1920s, something shifted. Oreo's smart marketing turned the cookie into a ritual. Street vendors in New York introduced the twist-lick-dunk routine, turning consumption into entertainment. Meanwhile, Hydrox faltered. Its industrial-sounding name, the death of its founders, and weaker marketing all contributed to its decline. Nabisco, sensing the moment, doubled down on advertising and even subtly positioned Oreo as the premium option by modestly raising its price. Suddenly, consumers judged Hydrox as the knockoff and Oreo as the original. Behind that familiar twist-lick-dunk moment lies a factory floor of precision, timing, and science. Every single Oreo cookie is a small engineering masterpiece, a product of controlled temperature, measured ratios, and flawless synchronization. Its signature balance, 71% cookie and 29% cream, is the so-called golden ratio that gives Oreo its perfect texture and taste. It all begins with carefully sourced ingredients. The key players are all-purpose flour, fine white granulated sugar, alkalized cocoa powder, vegetable oil, baking soda, and a pinch of salt. The flour is sifted to remove lumps, ensuring a smooth dough. In giant stainless steel mixers, tons of dry ingredients are blended together before streams of canola oil are poured in, binding everything into a rich, chocolatey dough. The ratio is carefully calculated: roughly 40% flour, 25% cocoa, 15% sugar, and 15% fat, with a few secret ingredients that give Oreo its signature snap. Once mixed, dry ice is added to cool the dough rapidly. After resting for about 30 minutes, the chilled dough is ready for its transformation. The next stop, the stamping station. Sheets of dough roll down a long conveyor belt and pass beneath heavy industrial rollers that flatten and shape the dough into perfect circles. The machine produces up to 6,000 cookies per hour, creating a mesmerizing flow of chocolate discs marching toward the ovens. Then, the cookies enter massive tunnel ovens, baking at around 360 degrees Fahrenheit, 182 degrees Celsius, for about 10 to 12 minutes. The heat crisps the exterior without burning or drying it out, giving Oreo that delicate crunch. As they exit, industrial fans blast cool air to lock in freshness. A team of inspectors removes any imperfect cookies, those cracked, misshapen, or overbaked, ensuring only flawless pieces move forward. Meanwhile, the creamy vanilla filling is whipped to perfection in another part of the factory. Made from powdered sugar, vegetable fat, corn syrup, vanilla flavoring, and a touch of emulsifier, the mixture is blended in temperature-controlled tanks. The result, a silky, smooth, yet stable cream. Half of the cookies are lined up on a fast-moving belt, where nozzles pipe a precise swirl of vanilla cream onto each one. The other half gently drops on top, pressing down just enough to spread the filling evenly, creating the iconic Oreo sandwich. The finished cookies are cooled once again in a refrigerated tunnel, allowing the cream to set perfectly before packaging. Finally, robotic arms count and stack them, 11 per tray, sealing each pack tight to preserve that familiar crunch. From mixing bowl to grocery shelf, the entire journey takes only a few hours. The Oreo cookie isn't just delicious, it's a masterpiece of design, hiding layers of meaning and meticulous detail in every bite. Each side of the cookie features an intricate embossed pattern, 12 four-leaf clovers, 12 dots, and 12 dashes arranged around the bold Oreo logo in the center. Many historians credit William Turnier, a Nabisco mailroom artist from the 1950s, with creating the modern Oreo design. His blueprints, still preserved by his family, show precise geometric proportions that give Oreo its distinctive elegance. Some have speculated that the cross and circle symbols resemble the insignia of the Knights Templar, though Nabisco has never confirmed this connection. Whether it was intentional or pure coincidence, the resemblance only deepens the cookie's mystique. Oreo's success rests not only on its classic form, but on its willingness to change. In 1975, it launched Double Stuff, doubling the cream and doubling the hype. In 1987, it introduced the covered chocolate-dipped version. In 1991, Mini Oreos, Golden Wafers, thin versions, holiday editions. The variety list runs as long as a snack aisle. The 2025 Thanksgiving collection is just the latest example. 6 flavors ranging from the familiar pumpkin pie, caramel apple pie, to the daring turkey and stuffing, creamed corn, sweet potato, cranberry sauce. Each is coated in specialty fudge color-coded for the season and packaged in a limited edition tin. Oreo called it a test-and-learn product, a way to gauge consumer appetite for savory-novel combos. Beyond flavors, Oreo has collaborated with cultural icons, Pokémon, Blackpink, Supreme, Post Malone, and more. Limited edition versions, design tweaks, packaging experiments must keep the brand fresh. At this point, it's only fair to spare a few words of remembrance for Oreo's older brother, Hydrox. The original sandwich cookie has attempted make a comeback in 2015 via Leaf Brands. They claimed Hydrox used real cane sugar and darker cocoa, positioning themselves as the real deal versus Oreo's ubiquitous presence. But the comeback never reached the heights. The world had already formed a habit, and Oreo had become synonymous with the genre. The shift is clear. The copycat became the benchmark. Oreo's preeminence comes not only from product, but from the story of transformation. Imagine creating your very own Oreo with your favorite colors, patterns, and even personalized messages. Thanks to Oreo's color-filled and custom Oreo programs, fans can do exactly that. Through the brand's online platform, you can design cookies for birthdays, weddings, or holidays by choosing the cream color, sprinkle mix, and packaging design that best fits your style. Introduced in the mid-2000s as part of Oreo's digital marketing innovation, these personalized cookies quickly became a hit. For around $15 a box, customers could color, doodle, and customize their own cookie sleeves online, then have them shipped straight to their door. These limited edition, customizable Oreos reflect the brand's genius in blending nostalgia with modern experience. The product taps into a universal desire to make something personal and shareable. In a world where almost everything can be customized, Oreo proves that even a century-old cookie can feel brand new, one swirl of cream at a time. Oreo's story is more than just about a tasty treat. It's a lesson in brand evolution, consumer psychology, and cultural relevance. It began as a replication, but through design, marketing, and consumer ritual, it became an icon. The Thanksgiving 2025 collection by Oreo gained reaction on social media varied widely, from "gross but I want to try it" to "this is genius," showing just how far Oreo will go to stay in the cultural moment. Again, it illustrates that Oreo still sees itself not just as a cookie, but as a platform for experimentation, flavor play, and seasonal excitement. In that sense, it's less about maintaining tradition and more about reinventing it for each generation. And if you're sitting there with that tin of turkey and stuffing flavored Oreo cookies, you're participating in that story. Whether you dunk or twist, the ritual continues, and so does the king of cookies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning the truth behind everyday items, secrets of simple things, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating stories about the things we love.